to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll
Oh,
have to
but I
leave.
am not the general public.
Wait, we're not the general public.
Yeah, see?
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation, judging by your attire.
Are our clothes really so...
Yeah, Paimon, do you see anyone wearing the same thing as you? Or the Traveler? Seriously, do you see anyone wearing anything similar to that?
Well, now that we're here, where's Thoma? Paimon doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot his promise to meet
It's
us?
the dog!
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
What?
What?
Is that dog talking to us?
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form?
I am so glad I didn't get this spoiled for me, because I had no idea this was coming.
Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue Harbor?
No, that's why I'm surprised.
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
Son of a bitch!
Alright, I've had my fun.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister.
I've had
Thoma,
some
you
time
kill
to
me.
kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long. I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see it from practically anywhere on Narukami Island.
Well then, damn. Let's go visit this god statue. So, do you talk at all? No. Sad.
This area sure feels gloomy. People probably don't come here often, do they? Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Visions.
What?
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt decree are put into this statue?
What?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt decree?
Yeah, it was kind of the first thing we were told about when we wanted to come to Inazuma. So, I think it's a pretty important thing.
Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts.
And Inazuma is the city of an asshole shogun. We get that.
As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity.
And assholes.
The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity. The Eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma.
Sounds like an asshole to me.
As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being, I don't know, selfish?
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden Shogun. And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day it was announced.
Hello? What was that?
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind is elsewhere.
Uh-oh.
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did something happen?
This isn't good.
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then what?
People's aspirations?
Aspirations? That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. All right, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Hold on. I think we need to address what just happened a little bit more, Thoma, don't you think?
Finally!
Seems to be a much bigger finding.
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
The Jade Chamber is significantly cooler. If this place was floating up in the air, then I would think maybe it could rival it, but no.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she at? Oh, behind the
Nope, she's a
screen?
plant.
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Thoma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can... Oh,
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
no, please, wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world. Does Paimon got that right?
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here.
This is kind of a lot, but I guess that's just what it takes to meet the god of a land.
Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Yeah. Can we see you in action, Thoma? I want to see you fight someone. There is no way this just happened. Did I? Oh my god. Look, I knew I had Ayaka guaranteed, but I didn't expect to get it on a single pull at like pity 20 right after she gets introduced into the main story. If that's not written down for the books, I don't know what is.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, he announced that he was going to leave and become a wanderer.
Yeah, I mean, if I got my power taken away from me by the person ruling this land, I'd kind of leave too. I don't really blame him. I'm kind of on his side.
Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he's in this state. He's a lost soul.
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Give us your whole life story.
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay. True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone.
Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right? But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be easy. Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll...
Yeah, I think he's thought of that before, Paimon.
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
So what you're telling me we have to do is we have to bring him a bowl of ratatouille, just like Anton Ego, so it can jog his memory, so we can gain all of his thoughts back. Yeah, all right. You know, I'm just looking for ways to help out. We'll give it a shot, Granny.
Oh, yes, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It must be around here somewhere. Let's take a look.
Perfect. Bring out the fruit, Granny.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary.
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have here.
He couldn't find this thing. It's on his front porch.
Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait, there's more!
Yeah, it's a whole book,
I
Paimon.
went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
There's no hurt in trying.
It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again?
It's here.
Huh. So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone. But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end.
Paimon, I think they're dead.
Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
No, we're just gonna make him sad. Yeah, that person you were waiting for. Yeah, they're probably dead. Gonna break this man's heart. He already lost his vision.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Well, if it's any solace, Tejima, your story really just makes me want to kill the Shogun even faster. So let's get a move on. I'm gonna go fight this person.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad. Seems it's just like Ayaka and Thoma were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too. According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Jeez, this is sad. I really hate the Shogun right now. I take back all the thoughts I had when they showed her trailer. She may be hot. She's an asshole. God, if they try to give me some sad, sorry excuse for a backstory, like the reason why she's an ass, I'm not gonna buy it. I will have to remain strong for Tejima.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, and who are you?
They really played the emergency food card again.
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see.
You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself, I just know it. We'll starve without them.
That's kind of a bold accusation.
We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today?
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details.
Yeah, we should have gathered that.
All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
He seems to be telling the truth. But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say.
Yeah, we could go fight them.
Follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Yeah, they're just a group of goobers.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you.
Yeah, no thanks.
Kurosawa. Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that place.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
You've got a deal.
Yeah, sure,
Now
why
show us
not?
What's in the box?
Huh? What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of mora here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this.
Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
Are those the emergency provisions? He bought them himself?
So that's how he was getting those emergency
I love this guy!
But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Ah, but there's more people to
If you
feed.
think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time.
Exactly.
Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
What a guy.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense.
All the more reason to hate the Shogun. I mean, this fight's gonna be amazing when I kick her ass.
And no one ever appreciated what he did. complained and held him accountable.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place...
He's been what?
He'll right his reign in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Possessed?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately! Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
Okay, let's chill down there, Junya.
You got it so wrong. We just came here to,
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train us.
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit. So we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism.
Let's just bring Zhao.
But if I'm
He knows what to
honest,
do.
I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
God, I want to see this guy. I want to see what he looks like right now. What? Hey.
Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism?
I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finishing.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the exorcism at all. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
Yeah, I don't want to miss this.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed?
What? Dang
Does
it.
that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly wrong.
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I'm sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. And all is certainly not lost. For I received word not long ago that Lady Yae has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yae? Is that the same Lady Yae that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news. Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Shoot.
Correct. Lady Yae is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities.
Yeah, but is she as good as Chongyun? I mean, he's the best exorcist I know.
I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yae can give a conclusive verdict.
Do you think that's Lady Yae? Oh, no wonder Junyo is so excited. She has a really striking presence.
Oh, whoa. I was about to say, where is she? But she's literally the only one dressed up like a main character.
Also, is it just Paimon? Did she look right at us just now?
Probably heard you. You're pretty loud.
It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yae, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yae, it must be a possession, right?
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then
Something's wrong with him, though.
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
She's out here monologuing about losing a vision, and Domon is just losing his mind right here. I feel bad. Can we get this guy some help, please?
Lady Yae, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the Swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest Swordmaster in the world. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Ansai.
That's enough.
Get this man some help.
Isn't that Ansai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yae and then get yourself back home.
What did she do, though? She just said, yeah, he's not possessed, and then proceeded to monologue while he was having a PTSD fit.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yae has some words for you.
Okay.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment.
What does that mean?
I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Ooh, Lady Yae seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Uh-oh.
Huh?
Where did you come from?
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen. Alright, we can be friends.
Friend request accepted. I like that.
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen?
Take down the Shogun, but this isn't a dialogue option.
Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. I have seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her that struck me even more deeply. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity, acting accordingly without feeling.
Yep, so she's an ass.
The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt Decree is something that has no implications whatsoever. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others.
Oh, this is just like when Amon was going around and taking away people's bending in Legend of Korra. It's just kind of like that.
Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt Decree is one of indifference.
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting mad. Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt Decree?
To be honest, we do not.
Dang it.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt Decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a difficult step to take.
But I've already done that, Miss Ayaka. I can just go and do it. I'm sure that my powers of resurrection and trying a billion times will be able to give us a good victory against the Shogun.
So what are we gonna do?
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm that is being caused by this decree. For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency measure.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who can make fake visions?
Paimon, do you not know about Child? He has a thing called a delusion, which is a fake vision. That's how he has Hydro and Electro. Did you not pay attention during that fight?
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou Commission.
Darn! So they found out about it? Ugh.
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu. By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone.
Yeah, I could take it.
When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Nagonohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Psst! Hey! Wait!
It's her!
Huh? There's someone trying to get our attention. Come on! This way! Shh! Quiet! Just sit tight and watch for a moment. Hey! This isn't right, you know! Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch others in trouble! Huh? Hey, wait! You do have a vision!
Idiot.
Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
All right. Here, take it.
Wise choice. All right, let's go.
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
Oh, shoot.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Dang, that was good.
Oh, so that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon is about to unleash Paimonial wrath on Miss Yoimiya. Sorry about that.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know? Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Great to meet ya.
She said the meme. She said the "it ain't much, but it's honest work" meme. God dang it, I love this character already.
Mizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on Narukami Island just wouldn't be the same.
Seems like I finally got a new job to do. Besides hiding vision bearers in my shop, that is. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station. I've already surveyed the area and found a way in.
Whoa, talk about a reliable source. Seems we've got the right person on our team.
Not bad, huh? Let's go as soon as everyone's ready. Don't worry, Master Masakatsu. We're on our way.
Time to break him out.
Well, to get the right people on our team, we just have to pick people that don't look like NPCs. I think that's pretty easy to come across here.
Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot creepier than Paimon imagined.
Come on, this way. As long as we stay quiet, we've got a good chance. I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master Masakatsu and get out of here.
We're full on doing a prison break.
I've got a little present to prepare for Master Masakatsu. I'll be right back.
You sure? All right then. Just be careful not to get caught.
Yes, you too.
Must be harboring war criminals in this place for how tightly secured it is.
Shh! Quick, hide! Look over there. That must be Master Masakatsu.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Locking you up was just the beginning.
No!
Oh no! Those Tenryo Commission brutes are torturing him!
Well, I wouldn't call that torture. He's just kind of on the ground.
Yoimiya, when did you get back here?
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan will have been for nothing.
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ma'am.
We were just teaching him a little lesson, that's all.
Huh? Who's that?
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army. What's she doing here?
Make way. Let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulations.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so she's got morals.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also unworthy of the Tenryo Commission itself. Do I make myself clear?
Yoimiya, are you sure now's the right time?
Well,
Who is that?
uh-oh.
Quick, go and investigate.
She's gonna find us.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my little present.
She's gonna blow the place up. She's gonna blow the place up. Oh, or just a little firework. I guess that's comparable.
Huh? Was that an explosion?
I was just putting on a whole show for them.
Yoimiya, this is turning into a bit of a fireworks display.
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every match has to be spectacular.
Well, true art is an explosion, so I can't blame her.
Look, the coast is clear. Now's our chance.
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long. Oh, those awful guards.
Come on, we've got no time to lose. They could be back any minute.
Uh-oh, they're already here.
Yes. Leave. Before I let my judgment get the better of me. He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him right back.
What?
Well, you can bet we'll do all we can to keep that from happening.
Leave this place.
Who is this woman? Alright. I mean, I guess when in doubt, just let go of the prisoner and then go get them back? I'm confused by her morals, but I'm glad she didn't try to attack us.
It is time we make ready our next set of plans.
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we rescued Master Masakatsu, but our list of allies appears to be growing. I'd say a celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest an evening of hot pot together?
Sounds good to me.
Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently. I'm sure you'll find it quite amusing.
Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather some ingredients. But what should we choose?
I have no frickin' idea, Paimon. I don't know. Let me throw in some, like, green onions or something. Does it have to be something crazy? Let's go Daredevil. That sounds fun.
Paimon proposes we gather raging demon-level Joyun chilies, super salty ham, mist flower corollas. This is already shaping up to be a hot pot to remember.
Paimon, your bowels are going to hate you.
Oh, my stomach. It feels like Yoimiya's fireworks are going off inside me.
Ew.
Who would have guessed that Thoma would be the winner? He ate practically all those weird ingredients without a second thought. Thoma? You okay, buddy?
Salt-crusted herring, unripe lavender melon, flash-boiled dongo. Oh, and whatever that thing was that nearly froze my tongue off. Hold up. My life is starting to flash before my eyes. Time I call it a night.
You killed Thoma, Paimon.
You've only got yourself to blame, Thoma. All those strange things you ate were ingredients you added yourself.
Oh my gosh. Who is this guy?
Added those little cakes, Ayaka? I think the traveler ended up eating one. Boiling cakes in hot pot? Ugh. Think of the texture.
Bro, what is
I
this?
must apologize. To be perfectly honest, I thought the cakes would be a tasty addition.
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not okay. I need to lie down.
There is no way this woman thought that it was okay to put cake in a hot
I feel
pot.
like a new man. I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients for our next round.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not? We should play again now that everyone knows the rules. I'll see you all later.
Bye, Thoma. Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komori tea house for a while. Why don't we go explore some other places?
Yes, let's.
Traveler, Paimon, hold on.
Huh? Ayaka?
Something has come up, and I would like to request your assistance.
We've been gone for all of 30 seconds, and something came up. Alright.
But you ought not be nervous. This is not coming from the Yashiro Commission or the Kamisato clan. It is my own individual request.
Individual request? You mean personal stuff?
Correct. It concerns my mother.
Uh-oh.
You can count on us. We've done greeting gifts before, so we should be able to help. In terms of payment, just treat us to some delicious food and we'll be more than happy.
Wonderful. In fact, I was hoping to
Oh.
take this opportunity to show you both
Hold
around.
on, Paimon.
If you don't mind, of course.
I think the biggest thing we should be asking her is to help us find our sister. You know, the entire point that we've encountered literally anybody in this land. I think that's better than just some food.
Oh, we don't mind. We don't mind at all. Do we?
He says this, but he's like, God, can we just get on for the purpose that I was actually here for, please?
Thank you kindly. Shall we head off then? Ogura Textiles and Kimonos is our first stop.